So we have some weird X. After a bit more walking, talking, and a lengthy hug from Sayori, we eventually make it back to the familiar view of our street. Hey, we're going out for dinner tonight! You wanna come too? Sayori's parents have always treated me like one of their own. Then again, our parents get along quite well too. I'd love to, but I gotta get this media studies essay finished. If I don't, Honda's gonna go nuclear on my ass. Sometimes I wonder if I ever chose that class to begin with. Note to past me. Media studies may sound cool, but maybe with another teacher. It's okay, there's always next time. True. Anyway, better not hold you up any longer. Have a good evening, Sayo. You too. Just before Sayori gets back inside, I turn around and call out to her. Hey, Sayori! About what I told you. Could we keep it between us? Of course we can! Your secret is safe with me! And with that, I return home. This stupid hallway. I shut the door behind me and rest my back against it. If I ever needed any confirmation as to why I stayed friends with Sayori, today was it. Sure, I joke about her being an airhead sometimes, but she can be truly sincere when the situation calls for it. I can't know if she only knows the right things to say because we've known each other for so long, or if she's just naturally good with people. But thanks to her, it's like a massive weight's been lifted off my chest. Now it's just building up the confidence to ask more. Baby steps, Jasmine, baby steps. After realizing that I can't work on my assignment on an empty stomach, I head to the kitchen. I quickly make up a sandwich, grab some other assorted snacks, and an energy drink. Is it the healthiest strategy in the world? Fuck no, but it's not failed me once. I sit myself down at my desk and get started. Shouldn't take too long, should it? 2 hours later. I have no fucking idea what to write. I open my eyes slowly. I look back at my laptop screen, which is currently on the only light in this room. I've reached the word count already. Fuck it. I quickly render it and submit it on the outline portal. At least it's done now. Whether it's good or not doesn't even bother me. It's just done. I glance up at the screen's digital clock. 7:02 p.m. Initially cursing myself, I try rush to get something down for tomorrow's poem. But nothing comes to my head. I'll just spend my lunch break on the roof tomorrow. That way I should be able to get something down. Just as I'm getting changed for bed, my phone goes off. I don't even check who it is as I answer. Chances are it's Sayori. Even then, she normally doesn't call this late. Hello? Monica? Hey Jasmine, it's me. I'd recognize that voice anywhere. Ryuji! Fuck me! Hey Jasmine, it's me. I can't do deep voices. Ryuji? Dude, it's just gone 7. I know, I just got back in. Date with Kao? You know it. According to Ryuji, he and Kawa had been together since mid-junior high. Now they've stayed together this long. How they've stayed together this long is truly mind-boggling. Jeez, man, you two are gonna be married in no time. Bloody hope so. How about you? How have you been? Well, you know me, same old shit. I was able to get a massive weight off my chest, though. You finally asked Sayori out? No! Dude, she's like a sister to me. I feel my face redden profusely. I know, I'm only kidding. There's a moment of silence between us. That just isn't why you called me, though, is it? No, I was just wondering if you want to do some deathmatch real quick. I contemplate telling him I gotta get some sleep. But with Honda's assignment done, I guess I could blow off some steam. Do more quick. Quick. House of... Oh god! Thon? There's a quad damage with your name on it. The digital sounds of rocket launchers, virtual giblets flying, and mine and Ryu's competitive banter dominate the next few hours. I'm glad I don't have competitive friends. It isn't my alarm that wakes me up this morning, but instead my ringtone. Groggily, I pick my phone up. It's Sayori. She's not usually up this early. I yawn as I answer the call. What's up? Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be in school. With the way she sounds, it's clear she's unwell. Let me guess, food poisoning? Mm-hmm. And she's cut off by her own coughs. After some silence, I speak up. You should get some rest, Sayori. I know. Sayori yawns. Also, promise me you'll never eat at Pearl City. I don't want you getting old too. Noted. Though I chuckled at how serious she sounded, I'll be subconsciously avoiding there. Never really heard any positive things about that place anyway. Once I force myself out of bed, I make my way to the bathroom to get a quick wash. I let the water run for a bit before stepping in. God, warm water feels nice in the morning. Ohio Sayori is playing, but Sayori isn't here. After a quick breakfast, I make my way outside. Since I'm not with Sayori today, I decided to get my earphones to keep myself occupied. I just shuffle my playlist and start the lonely walk there. I can kind of see why Sayori always likes walking together. Doing it alone sucks. Oh well, at least I've got my music. At long last, the bell rings for lunch and I'm the first one out. Have I divert from my usual route and head to the roof. Will one of the girls be there? I told myself I'd write my poem up there and I intend to keep up my word. Once making sure I'm alone, I dash upstairs onto the rooftop. As I'm heading up, I receive a text from Sayori basically saying she told the rest of the club about her absence. Sorry. I'm at least thankful they won't have to ask me where she is. But still, maybe if she was here, she'd help me understand my feelings a bit better. Both about this poem as well as Monica. Rooftop. That's a nice rooftop. I don't know what I wanted to say. I wince as the sun temporarily blinds me, but I recover quickly. I make my way to a nearby bench. Kind of funny though. There's benches up here and barely anyone ever comes up here, aside from janitors. The silence is serene. I just almost said the serene. Silence. I plug my earphones in and let the music from this morning continue as I start to write. The sound as it's playing softly into my eardrums gives me the inspiration I need as I gaze past the wire fence and past the midday Sapporo skyline. Very pretty. Horizon. I mumble out loud to myself. A shorter poem will do. I don't need too many words. Yeah, so Natsuki has proven to me that short poems work. About the 11 lines, these poems, there are a few short ones that I also felt worked, but Natsuki was the one who generally this game helped me, Doki Doki Literature Club helped me regain my interest in poetry that I lost during school. And at the beginning I wasn't really too interested in Natsuki's poems, but then I played with some friends and they pointed out all the details that went into even like Eagles Can Fly, like shorter poems. And I have been working on writing a few shorter poems too, because I feel like it's an interesting exercise, I guess you could put it. And besides, I think it's interesting how many feelings you can convey with just a few words. I do think it's interesting to try and practice that. I need to drink something. I hope you I hope it A shorter poem will do. I don't need too many words. Both the music and my heart guide my pen as I try paint a picture of of a feather drifting across the midsummer sky. Of a song playing across the airwaves. An almost empty plane flying over the coming horizon of the night. Of words only ever spoken on an empty, solitary rooftop. Oh my god, that scared me. Monica. I faintly speak. My heart started to race. I put my poem in my bag as I finished it now. I pop my headphones out and place my hand on my chest. I breathe in. I breathe out. After a few repeats of this, I hear the door open. I look back only to retreat my eyes just as quickly. Of course Monica shows up! I really hope she Jasmine? My brain really needs to stop doing that. I turn to face her. Oh, hey Monica. She gives me one of her signature smiles. Didn't think I'd see you up here. She starts walking over to me. I return the smile. Could say the same to you. What are you doing here anyway? I just needed some air. Monica seems to get a little bit nervous, as if there's more than she's letting on. I know, it can get stuffy in there. How about you? She takes a seat next to me on the bench. Please, don't show her this is awkward for you. Kinda awkward for you. I might say I needed the air and somewhere to think. Oh? To think about what? Monica seems curious. If I can be honest with Sayori about my hidden feelings for Monica, then I can surely be honest as to why I'm up here. I came up here because I needed somewhere quiet to write my poem. I was so exhausted last night. It's only after I say it out loud that I realize that I'm admitting to the club president that I rushed my assignment. Rather than scolding me like my brain told me she would, she smiles. You said it like I'd be mad at you. I couldn't do that. What? My eyes start back and forth between Monica and the concrete floor. Jasmine... Monica gets a little bit closer, but not too close for comfort. I know that it's really stressful this time of year. Like a final, so many assignments, just... all of it. If you can't finish it, I'd perfectly understand. I go silent as I take in what Monica said. I'd forgotten how understanding she was sometimes. I unzip my bag and, after a bit of doubt, I pull out my poem. Horizon. Alone. There I stand in the center of this concrete jungle. It's dark, and in spite of the glowing streetlights, I seem to be the only one around. Walking around aimlessly only gets me so far, but I soon spot a light, a beacon seeming so far, yet it glistens against its surroundings, burning bright. The closer I get, the sound of a voice greets my ears. It calls my name. It's a voice I recognize. I slowly start to be blinded by the light. Straining my eyelids shut, a hand takes hold of mine, squeezing tightly. It pulls me in, pulling me closer. I soon open my eyes, opening myself to both the future and to the face at the end of the horizon. Why am I being emotional about this? I don't know why, but I feel very emotional right now. Maybe it's this in combination with the music as well. It's a good poem. It has a simple structure, but that's not necessarily bad. Not all of my poems are very structured either. Actually, there is a little bit of a unique structure in there, so I like it. It's a bit longer than I had planned out, but at least it's still legible. But is it any good though? Before I sigh, I go to hand the poem to Monica. You can read it, if you'd like. Are you sure you don't want to wait until club? I shake my head. We can discuss it then. I stop myself short. Why is it so hard to ask Monica to read it outside of club? I just want you to read it. Monica timidly takes the poem and starts to read it. Rather than watch for any visible reactions, I simply gaze out to the cityscape. But before long, the silent spell is broken by the bell. I look back at Monica and her eyes meet up for a moment. She goes to hand me back my poem, but I gently push her hands back a bit. No, just keep it until we share at the club. She doesn't say anything to hint at any uncertainty in her eyes, and her eyes show a glimpse of understanding before we head back down to the depths of the school. Thankfully for me, and very likely the majority of the class, Mr. Honda was off sick today. If I had foresight to know that would be the case, I would have at least tidied the essay up a bit. Oh well, I can't rewrite the past now, can I? I make my way up to a nearby vending machine. I'm a little thirsty since we got let out a little earlier than normal. And I'm a little thirsty, and I still got a little time before the club starts since we got let out a little earlier than normal. There you go, brain. Just ignored the end there. I put my coins in and a small can comes out soon after. As I'm reaching down for my drink, though, I can hear the echoed sound of someone yelling. Whoever it is, they don't sound pissed off. Well, they kinda do. It sounds more defensive than anything. Natsuki? At the same time, I can't shake this weird feeling that the voice sounds familiar. Natsuki? I look to my left and see the reason for that familiar feeling comes walking quickly down the hall. Natsuki? Natsuki's eyes meet mine for a brief moment. If this is the side story universe, she might have just had a conflict with her friends. All of a sudden, she averts her gaze and clenches them shut as she runs past me and audibly bolts upstairs. Natsuki, wait! I rush up after her. I can't help but wonder what happened to Natsuki that could have made her this upset. I call out for her. Natsuki! Natsuki, where are you? After a minute or so, I see her emerge from the restroom and quicken my pace. Natsuki, give me some fucking space! Natsuki's voice came out as more of a squeak as tears form on her face. There's an awkward, weirdly heavy silence between us. Her brash reaction did catch me by surprise, although, in her defense, I wasn't going about this well in the slightest. Sorry. Natsuki, what for? I'm having a bad day. I'm taking that on you. I don't mean to. More silence. Natsuki then gives out a long sigh. I'm the worst. That's a little much, isn't it? Not when it's true. But it's not. Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Her glistening pink eyes tell multiple stories. The two ones I can make out the clearest are ones of guilt and one of someone who just wants to be valued. The second one being a side I never would have expected, if that is the case, that is. We all have bad days, some of us more than others. But those bad days don't define you. I sigh as I think of something else to say. Besides, I know you didn't mean it. Why else would you be apologizing? Natsuki looks away for a moment, processing what I've said. If you need a moment, that's fine. I've been there before. Natsuki breathes slow and calmly before locking all her eyes back onto my own. I think I needed to hear that. So, thank you. Natsuki gives me a small but meaningful smile. It's no problem, really. The pair of us then walk the remainder of the way to the club room. Nice. Upon entering the club room, Natsuki makes her way over to the closet. I decide to go up to Monica. Hey, Jasmine! Hey, Monica. Sorry we're late. I look behind me and see Natsuki already reading her manga. Should I tell her what happened? I look back to Monica and lower my voice. I bumped into Natsuki on my way up, and I guess we lost track of time. I feel bad about lying to her, but I wouldn't feel right if I told her exactly why we took as long as we did. Yeah, I don't feel like you should do that to Natsuki. I'm certain that Natsuki would tell her at some point. Oh, Jasmine, you don't need to apologize. But besides, neither of you missed much. I have a peek at the clock on the other side of the room. It's only been shy of 5 minutes since the start of the meeting, so she does have a point. Also, I've read the poem you gave me at lunch. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. Thanks. Say, how many times have you read it? maybe once or twice. Maybe more than that. How she manages to be so cute without even trying astounds me to this day. She then takes my poem out of her bag and passes it to me. Before I can put it in my pocket, though, Monica delicately holds the lower page of the paper, and I swear I feel her thumbs brush against mine for a split second. I look forward to discussing it with you. Let's go to the paper, and I slide it back into my pocket. We end up just standing in front of each other for a little while longer. We don't say anything, but just make the odd glance and smile at each other. Whilst it feels like something out of a tacky romance game, I can't help but admit that it feels nice. So, I'm just gonna chat with Natsuki now. Okay. She speaks with a blush and a nervous giggle. To be completely honest to myself, my face is just as red as hers, if not more so. I end up taking a seat close to Natsuki, trying as hard as I can to hide my face. Part of me knows that if Natsuki saw me like this, I'd never hear the end of it. I even have a sneaking suspicion that Yuri would ask questions. And then, as if life was out to prove me wrong, I hear a voice whisper to me. You're doing a piss poor job at hiding how red you are, you know? Open my eyes and I'm greeted by Natsuki wearing a wide grin. What? What do you want about, Natsuki? You know damn well what? How she's able to keep her voice as low whilst keeping the same assertive punch as normal is astounding. Natsuki cops this seat next to mine. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. There are tomatoes that wish they were as red as you are right now. I keep pressing the wrong button. Like, I saw you two over there holding hands. I was kind of tempted to tell you to get a room. No! I tried to keep my voice as low as hers, but as I look around the clubroom. Yuri's eyes have not left the pages of her book, and luckily for me, Monica seems to be wearing earphones. Well, it sure looked like it. We were just talking. I can't let her know about mine and Monica's little meeting on the roof. If she's actually got the wrong idea now, God only knows what she'd think if we were think we were doing up there. Not everyone is actually Natsuki with her more hentai manga. She might actually have some thoughts about that. So I see the concern. You're saying that like I'd be jealous if you were. I meant it was kinda cute. Well, is she? Wait, what did she just say? Did you just... I did, yeah. You don't need to go announcing it to the world. Sorry. There's a minute or two of awkward silence. I don't know what happened in my head there. Is it because of what Natsuki said? I'm not entirely sure. In hopes to brighten the mood, I glance over to the cover of the volume of manga in front of Natsuki. Parfait girl? Parfait girls? If you want to judge, do it to the glass on that door. She points over to the door. You said it like you'd throw me through it. Wanna fuck around and find out? I'll pass. What is it with making Natsuki like generally I feel like the characterization thus far is very good. I think the best it has been in a mod thus far. Aside from at the beginning of exit music, the Redux exit music, I feel like it was also quite good. I just don't understand why they always make Natsuki cuss. In the side stories, nor in Act 1 she cusses. She only cusses in Act 2, and that is because she's more aggressive than usual because her home life is worse than it was before. We sure laugh at my avoided expense. Did I read that? If not, I read it anyway. Okay, everyone. It's time to share poems. Monica eventually announces to the room, giving us our cue. After fetching my poem from my pocket, I quickly make my way towards Monica. I'd already promised her that we'd discuss my poem when we had the chance. Hell, she's even looking forward to it. Hey, Jasmine. I smile and wave. Hey, you want to discuss my poem? Of course. I pass the sheet to her and she reads through one final time. Eventually, she gently lays the paper on top of the desk. Seriously, your use of imagery here is even better than yesterday's. Are you sure you haven't written poetry before? Has you ever written, like, song text? Because that could explain it. Surely, it's not that good of a poem. I'm sure, don't worry. Besides, you look like the kind of guy that writes poetry in his spare time. That last part seems to cause Monica to giggle a bit. Now that you mention it... Do you? Nah. Besides, even if I did, it wouldn't be as good as yours. Oh, stop! You flatter me too much, you know? I mean, it isn't necessary flattery if it's true to some degree. It's nothing. Silence then falls over the pair of us. I don't think we've discussed the poem as much as we'd expected. Monica does try to say something about break the silence, but she stops herself each time. It's almost like she's trying to either find the right way to say it, or she's trying to suppress her thoughts altogether. Could I read your poem now? Please do! Monica hands me a notebook and I start to read. Today's poem is nowhere near as abstract as yesterday's. The subject emboldened clearly in the poem's title. The Lady Who Knows Everything. The Lady Who Knows Everything does work as a poem that isn't just regarded towards like self-awareness. It can be taken as something else as well. The more I read into it, though, the more the themes of seeking the impossible start to stick out, much like yesterday's work. Whereas her first poem was from the perspective of someone being held to those heightened standards. This one seems to be focused on finding that apparent legend, only for said person's expectations to be all for nothing. I know it's basically the same as yesterday's. I just want to explore it from another angle. Monica's voice breaks my concentration. I hand her back her notebook. Regardless if it's the same topic, it still came out nice. There's nothing inherently wrong with exploring familiar ground. I'd say the hardest part would be writing from the mindset of somebody else, but you did that nicely as well. Thanks. Her voice trails off, lacking the confidence she'd usually display. She doesn't seem bothered by my words, though. She seems to be thinking about it. She sighs gently. I say that nothing this has helped me. Where did the nothing came from? Jeez. I'd say that doing this has helped me explore myself a bit more. It does? For me, yeah. Put it this way. Imagine your mind is a long hallway with doors scattered around the place. Those doors represent your thoughts. There's many rooms to explore, but the doors look the same. But once you have a peek inside, the rooms are limitless, and you'll get lost in your thoughts. Poetry for me helps to narrow in those rooms and explore them a bit. Fucking hell, that got deep! Damn, that was quite poetic. You never cease to amaze me. Did I seriously just say that? Yep, good doing, dickhead. My words aren't lost on Monica as she goes a deep shade of crimson. Same goes for you. Now it's my turn to blush. Again. We remain silent for another moment or two. The air is tense in a way that I can't fully describe. Just what is this feeling? I look down at the table and notice our hands are a bit closer than before. Mara stepped back up to meet Monica's own. The blush on her cheeks grows, but neither her smile nor the spark in those emerald green orbs falter. My eyes are described as orbs. That is until... Oh, Monica. Could I shimmer poem with you now? Or are you? Yuri's soft eyes and on mine and Monica's hands, curiosity taking over her voice. Busy. Monica looks at Yuri and then follows her gaze down to the table. She quickly retracts her hand and looks away, her face completely red. Lost for words, I pick up my poem and make my way over to Natsuki. I feel awful. Why did I say that? I doubt this would be something either of us want to bring up. I close my eyes and sigh to myself. Premarital hand-holding? And in public, no less. For shame, Jasmine, for shame! The sound of Natsuki berating me causes my eyes to shoot open. I always figured you were probably a perv, but not Monica. No, Natsuki, it's not like that. Don't worry. Your infancy is safe with me, lover boy. I hide my face against the table. She's not helping at all. I know she's joking, but still. I raise my head in a cocky smile and a lowered voice. It best be, else I'll tell Monica about your little hentai collection. I don't have a hentai collection! Don't worry, indecency there. Indecency, I couldn't read it for some reason. Your indecency is safe with me. Natsuki looks about ready to chokeslam me. It'd be funny if she wasn't fully capable of doing so. She relents for a sigh. Let's just get this over with. Despite Natsuki's jokes, sharing with her went pretty well. Sharing with Yuri went okay. She seemed a bit awkward and fidgety, more so than usual. Then again, she still probably had me and Monica on her mind. Probably just a bit of curiosity. Eventually, Monica goes out to the front. Myself, Natsuki, and Yuri make our way there. Natsuki is the first to speak up. Is this about the festival? It is, yeah. Ugh, do we have to do something for the festival? I'm still curious as to what we're going to be doing. Oh, about that. Monica then turns her attention to me. Jasmine, there's one of the posters that say you helped me with the other day on the front desk. Do you mind showing it to Natsuki and Yuri? I nod and quickly retrieve the poster, which proudly advertises a poetry performance. It sounds like a fairly normal activity for a club such as this. I'm just curious how Natsuki and Yuri will react to this. I show the rest of the group the poster, and their expressions and tones change drastically. The one constant between the two of them is that they seem appalled at the idea displayed on the poster. Performing? No way! I'm not doing that! Do you think it's that bad of an idea? Yuri doesn't seem to have any response, and at least for a minute or two, neither does Natsuki. Eventually, she lets out a frustrated sigh. She gives Monica a stern, fiery look. Do you seriously think that any of us even want any new members? Like, I can't speak for Yuri or Jasmine, but this club brought me something that I won't let you take away from me. If I wanted anything else, I would have just joined any other stupid club. Natsuki doesn't say anything else as she holds her eyes shut. To say I'm shocked at what Natsuki said would be putting it lightly. As I look over at Monica and Yuri, I can conclude that feeling is mutual. The four of us enter in comfortable silence. The air conditioner seems a little bit louder today. I go to break the silence. Well, I personally think that no, Jasmine. Natsuki is right. Her voice slightly breaks as she says that, looking at me with an incredibly crushed look in her eyes. It's a sharp contrast to the confidence Monica always wore in spite of anything. This time feels different though, almost if Natsuki's words hit a little closer to home. Monica gives a shaky sigh before her eyes focus back onto mine. Why did I think this was a good idea? They say, oh, she had a tear in her eye. I'm After saying that, Monica walks and slumps down on the front desk and puts her hands against her head as she starts to stare blankly at the table. Though she's silent, she's trembling ever so slightly. The rest of us fall victim to the silence from earlier. No, you've done it, Natsuki. Yuri directs a disappointment in both her eyes and tone right at Natsuki. Me? All I did was speak my mind. Is that a problem? It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Natsuki goes to fight back, but relents after a quick glance over at Monica. I know the look on her face. It's one I grew quite familiar with. She's blaming herself. But before I can say anything, Natsuki's already gotten her bag and has stormed out of the classroom. Remembering our earlier conversation, I decide to follow after her. Natsuki, wait! Why, Jasmine? You saw the look on Monica's face. I caused that! Natsuki once again gives me that same look of guilt. I tried to put in my mouth, but nothing comes out. More silence falls before Nat speaks up again. Why are we naming all of them different names? I'm going to go home. I just don't feel like I belong here right now. And with that, Natsuki turns and starts going to leave. As much as I want her to come back, I'm not going to force her to do so. Chances are she'll be back tomorrow. Throwing my hands to my hair, I head back into the club room. Once I'm back in, I notice that Monica still hasn't moved from the front desk. Yuri, however, is pacing around the room, almost like she's pondering her next decision. As I shut the door behind me, Yuri's gaze locks onto me as I walk towards the center of the room. This way, Yuri stands on my left whilst Monica stays on my right. This is bad. I look back at Monica. Her breathing is a little louder than usual. She appears stressed out, something that before now I doubt I've ever associated with Monica. I sigh, not making eye contact with Yuri. I know. I then hear gentle footsteps making their way towards me, causing me to look back. She looks right into my eyes, the mind hidden beyond those deep lavender eyes presumably working like clockwork as she tries to find the words to say. I do have to ask though, Jasmine. What made you want to join this club? The emphasis on the word you makes a personal question all the more personal. I think for a bit. To be completely honest, I hadn't really decided why I joined the club beyond the atmosphere being quite relaxed. But the more I think about it, the more I realize that might just be a perfectly justifiable reason for wanting to join. A nice, quiet environment to cool off, relax, and maybe do a bit of reading. I'm certain most people would want that. With a sigh, I relay my thoughts back to Yuri, who just simply listens attentively. She's got a natural talent for that, I swear. I think I feel the same way. She smiles with a thoughtful spark in her eyes. It's a spark that I don't usually see unless what she's reading. I get why Natsuki is hesitant about new members, though. Like, who knows what getting new members would do for the atmosphere of the club. For the side stories, there were like other festival preparations already, and Natsuki didn't seem all that too bothered by it. She didn't want to be too vulnerable, but new members didn't appear to be her concern all that much. I get why she'd be upset with the performance, because that still fits into that character, what we saw in the side stories. But new members never seemed to really be any concern of hers. And I do feel like there's actually following that the side stories are canon, not just because of what Monica said with Sayuri finding her, but also because Natsuki's reaction already seemed very reflective. And I feel like that was only later on, after reflection, when after she and Sayuri had that talk. Yuri ponders for a moment. Like a quality over quantity sort of thing? Yeah, sorta. I've only been part of the club for a couple of days, and I can tell everyone brings something special to it. I'm not opposed to getting anyone new, it's just complicated. I nod as Yuri completes my sentence. She sighs and relaxes her arms. I think I understand. I should prefer more relaxed environments that I can share with a friend or two. It might become a bit harder to manage with more members. Not to mention more people tend to lead to more conflict, which I'd be less than appreciative of. You and I both. Yuri's eyes then focus on me, piercing through my retinas. She's blushing faintly. Besides, I just enjoy how the club is now. Another brief moment of silence follows. However, this time there's this weird tinge of awkwardness to it all. The silence is then broken by the sound of a chair moving against the wood floor. Jasmine, Yuri. Mine and Yuri's shared gaze focuses on Monica, who wipes her eyes before continuing. I know I'm asking a lot with the festival, and if you're not up for it, I understand. But regardless, just know I'm really glad to call you my friends. She caps it off with an almost traditional Monica smile. Almost, simply because there was this unshakable somber aura to it. More than likely a sort of aftershock after what happened. You and I look at each as if we're telepathically deliberating. Monica... New member. Jasmine and I had a discussion about it, and while we're both a bit unsure about new members, I'm still up for helping with the festival. Same here! The smile on Monica's face tells me that all I need to know. Thank you, Bev! I'm gonna finish things up a little earlier today. We'll sort out the festival tomorrow. And with that, Monica goes back to the front desk while Yuri and I start to pack up. After Yuri leaves for the day, I linger around in the club a bit. The room would be silent if not for the clock and the audible sound of Monica riding. I think for a bit about whether I should ask Monica if she wants to walk back home together. I can't explain why, but Monica's initial reaction to Natsuki's words reminded me of the day Yuri told me about her depression. Just this expression of hopelessness. I walk up to the desk she's at and kneel down to her level. Hey, Monica? Yeah? She looks up to meet my gaze. Her eyes seem a little drained. I was just wondering. Come on, Jasmine, keep it together. Would you like to walk home together? Monica smiles weakly. I'd love to, but... Her voice trails off as her gaze fixates on the small stack of paper beside her. School stuff? She nods, seeming quite down. I think a bit more. Tomorrow, maybe? She looks back at me, her smile returning once more. If I'm free, then absolutely. I smile back. That definitely seemed to cheer her up a little. I start to move towards the door, and once Monica and I bid goodbye to each other, I'm off back home. The walk back home was a quiet one, mostly dominated by my thoughts about the club meeting. Maybe if Sayori was there, things might have gone differently. The reason why Natsuki is the way she is in Act 2 is not because Sayori isn't present. Natsuki shows no sign of stopping the argument just because Sayori is involved. Sayori needs to become loud for her to understand any mistake there. The fact that she's more aggressive in Act 2 about this conversation has nothing to do with Sayori's absence. It has to do with with Natsuki being generally more aggressive in Act 2. It seems like she has a natural talent for easing people's stress, aside from people who are hypophobic. That being said, I cannot but feel bad for Monica. Again, I know Natsuki didn't mean what she said, but regardless of that, it definitely hurt her. Maybe I should have stayed a bit longer. I think I'd lied to myself as I unlocked my door. Once inside, I rest my back against the wall and head to kitchen. I head to kitchen. I'm a little hungry, so I quickly make myself a chicken sandwich and grab a loose pan of Pepsi to help wash it down. Whilst eating, I contemplate whether to text Sayori about the incident at the club. I know Monica will more than likely fill her in, since she's her vice president after all. Fuck it, I'll text her. Sorry. I whip my phone and get texting. Sorry. It's this weird air I get from drinking something again. Hey, Sayo. Monica tell you about what happened today? It isn't long before my phone pings in response. Yeah, she told me. Also, Natsuki apologized. That helps ease my mind a bit. I text her again. That's a relief. Do they have a group chat without me? Soon I ended up texting for much longer than I thought we would. All the while, my mind goes back to Monica. I can't explain why, but I'm wondering how she's doing. I contemplate asking Sayori if she has her number, but that'd be a bit weird to ask, right? I just once said a tad bit weird for some reason. I mean, yeah, Sayori knows and seems very hopeful that something may happen, but it's a whole other can of worms asking for her number. Part of me kinda likes to humor the thought, though. Maybe we can ask for her number tomorrow. Monica's bedroom around 3 hours later. Oh. So I'm assuming we're in Monica's mind now? Why do I still feel bad about lying to him? It's not even that I had that much to do, so I wouldn't have heard that much to walk with him. But hey, at least I've got something to look forward to tomorrow. I toss and turn on my sheets, unable to shake off these feelings. I suppressed them for so long that I thought they weren't there anymore. Why am I trying to hide it? I sigh, curling up and grabbing one of my pillows and cling to it. As my breathing steadies, he pops back into my head once again, causing my grip on the pillow to tighten. Even when he's not here, he manages to comfort me. Maybe that schoolgirl crush of mine never truly died.